what you're saying. Nani? Get out my business, okay?
All right, everybody. Back by popular demand, we have Nafi, my sister. She is an immaculate woman who tends to bring the information that I traditionally wouldn't care about or know about if she didn't exist. So in these grateful moments that I have where I don't have Eric by my side, I strive to have my sister, who has sat by my side for 30 years. And I appreciate every ounce of those years. Nafi, what tea do you bring me?
Good evening. Welcome to my segment. Hopefully you have your teacups. But the tea today is not positive tea. I'm very upset. Cancel the culture is a word that goes around, right? Anytime a black person does something bad, we want to cancel the culture. It happened with Felicia Rashad when she made the comments about Bill Cosby. Right? We want to cancel her. Canceled R. Kelly. Canceled Bill Cosby. Now, the new order to be called to be canceled is DaBaby. You know, it's like Lil Baby, DaBaby. I hope you guys know which baby I'm talking about.
Which one is DaBaby? Is he the one with the mask teeth?
Yeah, DaBaby is the one with, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, DaBaby is like, I don't even know how to describe. Lil Baby has more, has a little bit more style. He's not as outspoken as DaBaby, where DaBaby is the one who used to slap people for touching him, grabbing them to slap you inside of a shoe store. But yeah, so anyways, so DaBaby has been trending for a couple different reasons. So DaBaby has come out with a song, and this was old news, but he came out with a song with Tory Lanez. And if you all are familiar with the whole Tory Lanez issue, I talked about it last week. Like, are we going to cancel him? Like, what's the verdict? Like, we haven't heard anything since the whole shooting incident that happened with Megan Thee Stallion. So DaBaby is also very close to Megan Thee Stallion. They have several hits together, and they're close friends. And Megan was not happy when DaBaby chose to do a song with Tory Lanez. But here's my problem with this. Whatever they got going on, again, we don't know, because it hasn't been talked about, right? There's no trial. Mm-hmm. So why should this stop him from making music and or making a bag, right? Mm-hmm. Bill's got to get paid one way. So her frustration, I feel like she can't take it out on the music aspect because we're fans. We still want to hear good music. And DaBaby and obviously Tory Lanez both make good music. So Megan paused. Check a seat, okay? Now DaBaby had a recent concert and he went on a rant. And when I say rant, because what he tried to explain is that he was going on to the next part of his show, the next song. But he had a rant, and his rant was particularly directed towards the LGBTQ community. And I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of what artist ends a song and then just starts off by saying, shout out to the guys, the fellas outside in the parking lot that's not sucking dick. I don't understand that. I don't understand why that needed.
You want to know what
I don't understand what I needed to be said. Like,
you want to
why?
know what that is? I'll tell you what that is. Honest to God.
Shout out to people that don't got AIDS, and if you got AIDS, like, F you. Like, help me understand. Like, why are we talking about healthcare at your concert, a community at your concert, when half the people, I can guarantee you, at least a third of those people in the crowd are probably a part of the LGBTQ, which he did point out in the front of his person who was standing in the front, who had on a male who had on a crop top, which he didn't appreciate. And it's like, these are your fans. Like, your fans shouldn't have no label, no color, no size, no shape. A fan is a fan. So help me understand why he thought that was relevant. Like, why did you feel the need to attack a community that probably supports you?
The thing is that DaBaby doesn't understand grace.
He doesn't.
He doesn't understand grace because, honest to God, what happened to him was he saw a video or a clip on Instagram or social media where a bunch of people he doesn't think should be listening to his music were listening to his music, and it rubbed him the wrong way. But when it's all said and done, is the bigotry of his uncomfortable nature. He doesn't like the fact that there's people watching him and watching his stuff and
Ain't nobody
associating him.
attracted to you. Don't nobody want you, DaBaby. Don't nobody want you. Nobody wants you. You're a 5'5", 5'2", stubby little guy. Nobody wants you. Now, he did offer an apology. However, it was only an apology based off his comments. He said after the apology, he wrote LBGT is what he wrote because he's a dumbass, obviously. He said, y'all do what y'all do and keep it moving.
I mean, that's the best you can hope from someone like him. But
and who is your publicist? Like, who is in charge of your social media? Who is your publicist? Mm-hmm. Like, who's in control of this? Because that's who I'm upset with. Because a lot of times we don't expect these rappers to have the education to know what to say or what's the upcoming trends, right? Because he blatantly said LBGT. He missed a whole bunch of other letters, right?
He's just as illiterate as fucking 50
he's not
Cent.
Up to date with the term. So it's like, who is your publicist? Like, your publicist, I expect that person to create a statement as if this is the president talking. You need to be creating a statement for him. Yeah. His statement, his apology was so trash. And again, he's still trending. So, DaBaby, have several seats, do better. I like your music, but if you're gonna continue to attack a crowd, like, I don't know if the pandemic hasn't taught you anything. Like, watch this podcast. We just talked about a white dude who went up in there and shot up all these Asians. Like, have some compassion for these other communities outside of the Black community. But yeah, that's my segment on DaBaby. I don't want to give him too much attention. He's an asshole, obviously.
Oh wow, Nafi with the firm 1-2 jab. All right, DaBaby, you've done it. You come in the ride in the rib. You got those fake ass teeth. Like, his rapping style is so fucking annoying. But DaBaby speaks to a larger issue that we have in our situation. For all you guys that don't understand this concept and why it's bad for DaBaby's people, is because usually when there's a demographic of people or a demographic of a social group of people that are being discriminated against or mistreated, Black people suffer the most in that demographic. So the LGBT community, there are Black people in that community who get destroyed in the public, in the social scene. For example, see our last feature, Lil Nas X. So it's important for when we have these platforms and these people on these platforms to speak a little bit more gently towards people. I appreciate that. And
shout out to the dude who threw the shoe at DaBaby.
Shout out to that person. And shout out to you guys out here, the Identifiers. We got 3 people on each platform, and I love to see it. Hey, we have sorry for the rough start, but you know, me and Eric are always going to try and give you guys the show as early as possible, the best way possible. But hey, if things don't work out. But we still love you. Eric's down there in the chat, sending love. Superhumans in the chat. Who's that? Is that Sade Shay? Is that you? I see down there. What's going on? I appreciate all you guys coming through, saying what's up to us. But this has been Tea with Nafi, where she gives me a piece of information on something I relatively didn't care about and didn't want to know. But upon listening to it and getting her perspective, I feel way more inclined to listen to more of her stories. So this has been a segment. Listen, I appreciate you guys. Take care of yourself. Get ready for the five.
But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down and we can catch the vibes.